back in the social media, man, dragging this man. You know what I mean? Like he did not really single handedly save R&B himself.
I mean, they can try to do whatever they want to, but we already been down that alley. Like he already got his punishment.
This.
He got his
lashings.
lashes.
Yeah.
The whole documentary. What they call
What we
it?
even
Quiet,
talking about, man?
they calling it Quiet on the Set. And there's a child. Not a child. There's a domestic abuse documentary coming out about Chris Brown. Basically, I believe it's other females that are trying to come out and say that they're victims of domestic abuse from Chris Brown. What I don't understand is why do we continue to label this man as a abuser?
Hey, I didn't. Ooh, you want to go down that route?
I do, man, because
that's sensitive because women, certain women still. I mean, just be able to to be able to really say how you feel because when some women will look at that very sensitive, bro.
And this is I'm not trying to be insensitive.
Them hoes capping, man. Them hoes capping, Kano, man.
I'm not trying to be insensitive.
Them hoes capping.
This is what I say though. This is what I say.
Yeah.
I understand that it's women that go through that on a regular basis. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm not naive to that thought. What I'm saying is we're talking about Chris Brown, right? Do people not deserve grace and forgiveness? Right?
So yes, they
say he already got his lashes.
I've had conversations that they'll say yes to that. So,
okay,
right.
so if we say right that we're going to give somebody grace and we're going to give them forgiveness, and we continue to bait that in front of them and continue to ridicule them and stab them in their back when it comes to that, right? Me personally, I just feel like Chris Brown has revamped himself. I feel like he's came out and he's done a better job.
Pause to that because this is where the women would come in and debate what you just said. Revamp. The thing is, they don't care if you revamp.
So they are gonna hold grudges.
To that particular incident and situation, it's unfortunate. Cause I asked that same question because I was a little bit younger though. I was probably around like 21. Like this, maybe like I've had a conversation with some people and I said the same thing. Like, why y'all still hold Chris Brown to this? And then after I had these conversations, they said that for that particular incident and that situation, that it doesn't matter if you revamp. You did it.
That's understood.
And this is crazy that they can have that. You just got that. Look, you got that on your record.
I think Rob said the word of the day though, not naive, and that's something I'm just not like. I think it's very convenient that y'all like picking like strategic time periods like to like go after these people. Where was all these allegations before? We just gonna ignore that. I get like every time we get the accent like why y'all ain't been say something, everybody be like, oh, you can't ask them that like that like that's they was hurting like they got to come out in their own time. But
they come out in a documentary.
How come like when everybody get to start getting sued and exposed, and you seeing Diddy paying Cassie and everything, all of a sudden the feelings change? What happened?
And
that's tough. That's tough because I know,
bro.
I do know some girls that like have dealt with like sexual assault or sexual abuse to some or domestic violence, and they choose not to speak on it. So I do understand that, but yeah, whenever you do come out and whenever everybody's ganging up on the one person and you got like a lawsuit going on and everybody decides they want to come out now, I do find that like a little sketchy, like that Me Too.
And I do feel, honestly, I do feel like he did serve his time. He did his, he lost his endorsements. He took his hits.
Like his career can never be where it was projected to be.
Yeah. He hasn't been able to perform.
And I feel like
when is the last time you seen Chris Brown perform?
Chris Brown's always performing. What are you talking about?
Besides his tour.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Bro, always on stage.
He just can't perform.
That's why I say like we already moved past. We already moved
perform
past
at the Grammys. He's not gonna perform at the BET Awards.
But besides the stage, where else does Chris Brown perform?
That's what I'm saying.
On his tour,
he's not performing at like the BET Awards.
That's my point. That's what I was saying.
That's about like the only thing
we haven't seen him be able to perform on those type of stages since that happened. So that I'm bringing this back to my point of forgiveness and grace. if you say that you're gonna forgive somebody, you say you're gonna give them grace, then you have to give them that, and that means that you can't hold somebody to what they did. 2 years ago or 6, 7 years ago,
a long time ago.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, you don't have to forget that, but you have to forgive it, because then for those women that feel offended by when somebody says, I don't feel like he should be treated like that. Those women are probably holding on to that, and that's probably holding them back. You know what I'm saying? And
holding them back,
holding them in terms of like mentally. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's a sensitive subject that they haven't dealt with, and that can hold you back. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you ain't good in the mental or your spiritual because you're clinging on to something, that's like when somebody got abused when they were younger. You feel what I'm saying? And then they hold on to that all the way through their life. Like, that can hold you back from certain things because of the way, you know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not saying this to be insensitive again, but I'm just saying, put it in the perspective. This is what gets me through shit, and this is why I always forgive. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you could be too forgiving, so that is a thing too. So just be careful. But when I think about God and I think about all the shit that we be doing, bro, everybody sin. Everybody do something, and if you say you don't, you capping.
Yeah.
And the way we're supposed to live, or the way that the things that we should be doing, we ain't always doing. But he forgives us, and he gives us chances, and he still gives us blessings. So if he can forgive us, why we can't forgive each other? You feel what I'm saying? Because ain't none of us sitting in the seat of God.
Man, at the end of the day, let my dog sing, man.
That's all I'm saying is, man, let that man be a great father, and let that man
rock
be a legend, bro. Like, respect all that. Because when Chris Brown stopped doing what he been doing, and when he just hang it up, people, I'm telling you, bro,
they're gonna be sick,
bro. When Chris Brown out here, people are going. It's gonna be a hole missing in R&B. So I don't know. I just want him to be appreciated. You feel what I'm saying? Especially in music, bro. Like, there's no way Chris Brown should not be performing at the Grammys, at the fucking Super Bowl, wherever. That shit is crazy to me. So I don't know, man. That's just how I feel on that, bro. I ain't mean to get all strong about it, but I just don't. You know what I'm saying? God damn.